I just finished a 21-day no sugar reset, and what happened shocked me. No migraines, minimal cramps, weight loss, but also something unexpected. If you've been thinking about cutting sugar, you need to hear this. Why I started is because I kept getting these migraines, and the migraines were around my cycle. Okay. So it was days before my cycle and then after my cycle. This gradually increased. At first, it was after my cycle, but then it started lingering for days and days. So I'm like struggling for half the month. Okay. With migraines, premenstrual symptoms and everything. So, also, what made me want to do the no sugar reset was because I had some bouts of high blood pressure. I've never had issues with high blood pressure in my life until last year. And it was basically the bottom line number. I think it's the systolic number. I think that's how you say it. And so I never went on pills for it, but I have a blood pressure cup and I kept watching it, and I would have to lay down, put my feet up and things like that, low sodium. And this happened for several months out of last year. And so before that, the year before that, I had issues with my A1C. I was in the pre-diabetic range, which I'm not diabetic, but I was in the range for pre-diabetic. I don't even want to touch that. My dad is diabetic. Okay. And other people in my family, a lot of family members have diabetes. Don't even want to be there, and I felt like I shouldn't even be there because I work out. But the truth of the matter is I've always had big girl tendencies. And when I say big girl tendencies, I love to eat. I love soul food. I love just trying different kinds of food. But I do believe in working out. So that's why I'm probably not as big as I could be, even though at one point I was weighing not over 200 pounds, almost 200 pounds. And I'm only like 5'5". So that's a lot of weight, for my size. And for my height and my bone structure is small. So for me, this was serious. Okay. And I had to start monitoring what I have been eating. I started slowly. So last year I started decreasing my ultra processed foods, things like that. But this year I knew I had to change. Felt the nudge to go ahead and change by the Holy Spirit, and to break generational curses, by you simply using discipline. Okay. A brief synopsis. Week 1, I experienced really bad sugar detox migraines. I couldn't decipher if it was menstrual cycle, premenstrual cycle, or if it was the detox. I do truly believe it was detox, because the next week when I actually came on my cycle, I had no migraines, which, y'all, that is a miracle. I didn't even used to have cramps, nor did I used to have migraines. Okay. I used to didn't have anything with my period. I used to have the occasional cramping, the little nausea that you get, and that's it. But as I got older, I guess, my eating habits changed, stressors and different things like that. My body changed. And that's where we got the migraines and the excessive cramping. Okay. I only used the heating pad one day, y'all. I kid y'all not. I did have some discomfort, but I took no medicine because I didn't need to. I didn't need to take no medicine. So this by far was a miracle. Going back to week 1, I had a few mishaps where I did have a few sauces that I didn't know had sugar in them, but it wasn't much. So, just always reading the back of the label is detrimental, and finding out what it has in it, detrimental for doing a no sugar reset. Like I said, the next week I did better, but I think I had popcorn, but it had coconut oil in it, so that's a good oil, and some salt in it. I had some popcorn, which I didn't eat much of, but I found out later on that we're not supposed to have corn during this time, I guess because of what it converts to. It's not a simple carbohydrate. Okay. So my biggest win for week 1 was self-discipline. My friend, she asked me, like, how did you not give in to the cravings? Because they had cookies, they had everything you can think of that is goodness. Okay. Goodness. But it, I was successful. I stayed, to the diet, the no sugar reset as best as I could. I did it. And week 2, no cramping, no migraines. Listen, that right there was a huge win for me. And I wanted to share a fact about sugar and what sugar does to your body. Okay. I had to find this in Living Good Daily, the workbook that I got all of my information from, and how to do this 21-day no sugar reset. Okay. So he says, you may not be familiar with PET scans, but a PET scan is performed in search of cancer inside the body. Before you do this test, they have you drink a sugary liquid attached to the sugar molecule. Is a radioactive molecule. With that put in, which they put into the body. Cancer eats the sugar molecule and its attached component. When they radiate you, the imaging lights up the cancer because the cancer has eaten the radioactive molecule. This proves that most cancers eat what? Sugar. This is also what he said. Now, I know it may not be 100% of cancer cases that act this way, but a good majority of cancer feeds off this toxic substance. Y'all, what? I had no idea that when you do a PET scan, they give you sugar to find the cancer because the cancer is going to eat the sugar. That alone right there should make you rethink how you're eating, what you're putting in your body. Okay. So for me, that right there, that is crazy because my mom had ovarian cancer. My aunt had breast cancer twice. Okay. If you're thinking of resetting your body and doing a no sugar reset, your time is now. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the last week of my no sugar reset. The last week was horrible. Okay. Last week was the last week. I had swollen lymph nodes behind my ear. It wasn't an ear infection. It was a severe earache. I was fighting something because this part right here was swollen. This part right here was swollen. And then when you touch the ear, it hurts so bad. So I had to go to the doctor and I got some ear drops. So I did literally no activity last week except for Monday when it started hurting. I was taking ibuprofen and Tylenol, and that's what I was trying to detox my body from, is like taking, any kind of prescription medications. I couldn't help it, y'all. I was doing the natural stuff too, but I needed immediate relief because it was like sharp pain shooting in my ear. Horrible. I do not wish any ear pain, mouth pain, eye pain, no pain in your face on anybody, because I've had oral surgery before. No joke. I've had braces. That was enough. A lot. The ear pain, this was like no other, y'all. So, I'm going to do this 21-day no sugar reset again. And the reason why is because I finished the book, and in the book, I was supposed to be doing 10-minute exercises every day, right? I wasn't doing that. So I'm starting today again, and I'm going to do the 10-minute exercises that they suggest. They have an app and everything that I'm going to get and everything. Y'all, if you haven't jumped on the bandwagon, you need to. Let's talk about this book I got here, Living Good Daily. Y'all, this book is free, literally free. And I'm going to include the link in the description of this video. Okay. This book provides you daily structure, exercise guidance, recipes, and even a journal, a place to journal what's going on. I didn't do none of that. I came up with my own recipes because that's what I always do. But I'm actually, for this next 21 days, going to follow some of the recipes as close as I can. And then I am going to do the journal. I'm going to do the journaling, and I'm going to do the exercise. It also has I think it teaches you about stressors and interference and how to de-stress and what to do in case of what they call interference. You take deep breaths. You take deep breaths. That's what you do. So if you want this book, guys, click the link. Listen, I'm not getting paid for this. Okay? I'm not getting paid. I'm not gonna make no money off of this. He not making no money off of this, off the free book. Now he is making money if you decide to do the program later on, which I feel like the program is phenomenal. And I'm eventually going to sign up for the program. But right now, I'm just gonna follow this book, okay? Which is absolutely free. And it has helped me so much. Okay? Because your health is wealth. All right? So if you're experiencing migraines, hormone issues, low energy, you might not need medicine. You might just need to do a sugar reset, okay? Or no sugar reset, okay? So listen, the link is in the bio. Go ahead and grab you a copy of this book. It's going to bless your life. Like I said, I'm not getting paid for this. I just want to help everybody that I can, okay? That wants the help, is willing to do the work. I hear a lot of people say that I can't do it. Listen, your body will line up with whatever your mind and your mouth tells it to do. Okay. If you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe and follow me on my journey as I do this 21-day no sugar reset again. All right. Love you guys. Bye.